Hi, my name's Megan Schroeder, and I welcome this opportunity to share with you my project for KKP 601, which is currently entitled Creativity in the Classroom, Preparing Senior Students for the 21st Century. The research problem that my study will address is the mismatch between the theory and the practice concerning creativity as a means of fostering social and collaborative skills and creative and flexible thinking in young people, preparing them for life beyond school. In the research literature concerning creative workforce and government documents around the role of education in preparing young Australians for the future, creativity is acknowledged as being as important as literacy, numeracy, and technology. This is particularly important as this policy is driving the focus of the new syllabi that will be introduced in Queensland schools in 2019. In practice, there is a general assumption that art subjects are the only area of school life where the teaching of these skills is core business. This, of course, brings about the misconception that only the arts can be defined as creative and ignores that creativity is an integral part of all subject areas. The definition also ignores that the work that is already done in non-arts areas in developing both social interaction and flexible thinking skills in students. And so my investigation will ask, how are Queensland schools meeting the challenges of developing students' creative capital to meet the demands of the 21st century workforce? And what pedagogical practices lead students to feel empowered as they engage with creative skills? So what does the literature already tell us? Well, firstly, it tells us about the changing nature of the workplace. These changes are a result of factors such as globalization, the ubiquitous presence of information technology, and the increase in artificial intelligence, which is making unskilled and semi-skilled jobs redundant. This has triggered a change in the skills that are required for 21st century workforce. Entry-level positions are now requiring a higher level of education and a broader skill set. Employees need to be socially adept and able to collaborate with others both locally and internationally. They are also expected to be able to be good critical thinkers, an effective problem solver, and they need to have resilience to be able to adapt to a rapidly changing conditions. It is generally acknowledged in this literature that creativity is a critical factor in producing individuals who are empowered for future workforce. There is an understanding that creating creative schools must be a priority to create a creative workforce. However, creativity in schools has been problematic. Firstly, it's generally only associated with the arts, and in the past, the creativity has not been seen as part of economic life and therefore not an educational priority. However, there's evidence of changing attitudes in order to meet the new challenges of the future. There is a growing body of literature examining how to create creative schools. Theorists such as Lassick and Robinson suggest that it's possible to develop creativity in students, but this requires a set of resources which includes willing teachers and also innovative pedagogy. Okay. So the objectives of this study will be to examine creativity and how it is included in senior school curriculum in Queensland outside of the arts, what pedagogical practices are employed by teachers who include creativity in their curriculum delivery, and what restrictions, if any, need to be overcome. It will also look at what experiences leave students feeling empowered to adapt to change. And because we're dealing with teachers and students and their experiences, the decision has been made to use narrative inquiry as the methodology because it allows participants to tell their own stories. My intention is to conduct 2 sets of semi-structured interviews one with senior school students that will draw on their experiences of activities to use creativity and empower them to deal with change, and the other with their teachers in non-art subjects to ascertain what pedagogies they use to develop creativity and equip students to be socially adept and to be flexible thinkers. The data will be triangulated with research literature to ensure its trustworthiness. Wherever we're dealing with human subjects, particularly in an educational setting, it's important that the ethical considerations are well planned and that they're paramount in the planning of the research. This is particularly important because we need to protect staff and students who are minors and make sure that these procedures are put in place. So the sorts of things that we'll be considering are the protection of the participants' physical, emotional, and physical well-being and their psychological well-being, and the protection of participants' anonymity from the readers of the study to avoid negative repercussions for individuals. Participants may withdraw at any time, and procedures such as member checking will be employed to ensure the accuracy of the data. As I'm a Masters of Arts research student, my study needs to be completed in 18 months. So this semester I'm concentrating on the literature review and the ethical procedures. Next semester I will be doing my data collection, and first semester of 2018 I will complete my thesis writing, and I'm doing this work in conjunction with my supervisory team, which comprises Associate Professor Sandra Gartenhoff from Creative Industries, and my Associate Supervisor is Dr. Jill Willis from Education. Thank you.